Thank you. Hey, folks. I'm Kate. I'm DAO Operations Lead at Lido. And today I'm here to take you on a little jungle adventure. So let's start. Have you ever tried shipping a code inside Lido? Or inside any DAO? It is fun. It is Jumanji fun. So nobody left us a map, traps are everywhere, and if you touch the wrong thing, boom, you're wrecked. So here's a small notice on what Lido is, not for bragging, just for your context. Lido is a liquid staking protocol running on Ethereum, and it has around 9 million ETH under the hood. It lets you stake any amount of ETH and gives you a liquid staking token instead, and you can use this liquid staking token around the DeFi. So you can think of it as a middleware that connects users with ETH and validators. And it is governed by DAO. What is Lido DAO? How it works? So Lido DAO, or any DAO, is decentralized autonomous organization when token holders make decisions. So there are no CEO, no board, just token holders and a bunch of frameworks or voting platforms they agreed to use. Who is in charge here? LTO, our governance token. How it actually works? How it works? So anyone, literally anyone, you, me, can propose something to the DAO. Usually it starts on the Lido research forums. Even if you're a contributor to a DAO, you can't just do stuff. You need DAO approval for every decision, every upgrade that you prepared. Then there are multiple stages, different votings, different communication parts, different magic that we, DAO operation managers, help facilitate. So we run this governance process and make sure it runs smoothly. But I'd rather skip all that part in the center because it deserves its own full talk, or just grab me later. I love talking about the mechanics. Now let's pretend it's a black box. So LDO holders, no, anyone proposes something to the DAO. LDO holders, these anonymous, faceless strangers on the internet, they vote. Voila, a decision is made. And so now we know that final decision lays on token holders. Then they make this decision. The whole responsibility is on token holders. But do they read your code? No. Do they go deep into your smart contracts? No, they can, but they usually don't have time to. They don't read line by line your smart contracts, but they should make this decision. And they trust you to bring them something solid, something baked, something you believe in, and something that they can check that it is solid. That's where the real responsibility is. Not in governance, but in that moment when you come to the DAO, propose your upgrade, and say, this is ready. So, but did you catch that little big number on one of the first slides? So this protocol secures around 9 million ETH under the hood, and when you propose an upgrade, you should be sure that it is safe, that it is secure, that it doesn't break anything. And so imagine you're contributing to the DAO, and you, okay, maybe not just you, but your whole dev team proposes something, and the DAO only pushes the button. How do you feel? Confident? Calm? If yes, you're too brave for this game. We can't hire you. But we have these folks who are paranoid, who check everything, and they are contributing to Lido Tech. Actually, Lido Tech isn't a monolithic team. It's a bunch of different teams working on different parts of protocol. All of them have their own tech leads, their own roadmaps, their own rituals. Some of them working on staking part of the protocol and ETH token. Some develop staking modules like simple DBT module or community staking module. Some build governance tools. Some build off-chain tooling around the protocol, oracles, alerts, bots, staking interfaces, other user interfaces. All that stuff runs simultaneously, and it is decentralized by its nature, which is cool. But also, it is very hard. So how do we keep the quality bar so high? We spend a ton of energy on security. Every protocol upgrade at Lido goes through Prosecco. It's Protocol Security Committee. Their name is very funny, but these are senior devs who have been with the protocol since its early ages. They step in twice. The first time during design reviews, they review each and every upgrade, and the second time before we launch, they review everything that is related to the upgrade. They put their name, their reputation, their technical judgment behind every release. When Prosecco gives you green light, it means something. On top of that, we have audits committee. They pick independent auditors best in the industry to review every upgrade at least once. So every upgrade, big or small, has at least one audit. Usually we run 2 audits. If the upgrade is big, there could be 3, 4, 5 different audits. They're independent. So it's very hard work also to coordinate all that stuff. So Lido has had over 70 audits during its history. The number is very huge, and the amount of work there is also huge. Why I say that it feels like Jumanji? We've been releasing stuff at Lido for several years, but every release felt like the first one, because the teams are different, project owners are different. Whoa, stop. Project owners are different, expectations are new every time. And also, when the protocol is so big, everybody wants to be sure that everything is secure, everything is safe. That is why you have multiple rounds of internal reviews, sometimes from unexpected parties, sometimes at unexpected time, wrong time. So also, very important thing that it is a DAO. That's why the release should be not only technically solid, but narratively clear publicly. That's why if you haven't released something technical for a DAO, it's always a surprise for you. You are like, I'm always released everything, shipped everything, and now, boom, you face DAOps managers who say, did you post it on the forum? Do you prepare this vote? So, yeah, so you had to keep in mind that there are a lot of different obstacles that keep popping up, and you should be strong, so, especially if it is your first release. Welcome to the jungle. There are holes, there are monsters, sometimes you go back to square one. I was there. It felt awful. So instead of panicking, my team and I, the operation managers, we built a map. Basically, it is a described release flow. So not just deploy and pray. I mean, we still pray, but now we have a structured process that gives you to release with checkpoints, all timelines, weird governance steps. So now you come to the process and you think, okay, I've got it. It doesn't remove the risk, but it gives you grip. You can ask DAO ops managers, why are they a part of technical release? I have an answer. And at the end of the day, to make it happen, the DAO should vote and make some decision. And we facilitate that process, as you remember. But to make the decision, voters need some confidence, some proofs, some real confidence that proposals are clear and solid. This is our job as DAO operation managers to make sure that the DAO isn't guessing, it is deciding. So the proposals are clear, clean, production grade. And this becomes really hard when it comes to technical proposals, because it is not the same as choosing a direction or choosing a goal for the DAO. It is very hard to comprehend for people who are not familiar maybe with technical code, who don't know how all that smart contract stuff work. That's why we put a lot of steps in the process up front to prepare the DAO. Of course, we didn't the checklist ourselves in vacuum. We interviewed everyone who has ever shipped or tried to ship a release in the DAO. We pulled in all the expertise, real stories, ugly surprises, last-minute blockers, so we gathered all that stuff and tried to digest it and then ordered it. And now we had this process. One interesting thing, you know what, when we interviewed every tech lead at Lido, all of them had different notion of this process. All of them released, all of them went through this path, and when we asked them questions, they argued, like, what comes first, what comes next, what is mandatory, what is optional. So we did only one reasonable thing, we just put everything, and now we work with very long checklist. So it has 7 stages. I think that if you anytime released something technical, you pass through them, so it is not something new for everyone in this room. It's a path from I have an idea to everything is done, vote is done, alerts are green, everything is good, where is my tequila? So concept, drafting and spec review, implementation, full review, deployment, voting, and take off. Every stage has its own logic and its key artifacts, which are both public and internal. Most of them are public, actually. So how it works? As I said, it is not a minimal process, not a minimal checklist. It's a comprehensive, very big document. But do you have to follow every step there? No, that's the essence of it. So at the beginning of every project, we, the operation managers, sit down with the project owner and adapt the checklist to the project, because everything depends on the scope, on the context, on the goals of the project. So it's not strict, it's not linear, it's not about bureaucracy. It's simply about not missing things and about giving the DAO confidence that what it is voting on is good. So, as I said, I think that everyone knows how to release. That's why I don't want to stop much on every stage, so I just highlight different parts that I find interesting. This is the earliest part when ideas are born. So the teams write business landscape that defines the problem space, the desired outcomes, the solutions for that. So it's about this high-level business decision for the implementation. After that, teams write white paper or ADR, architectural decision record. And this document, I find it very interesting that it highlights the chosen options and explain why they are superior to alternatives. There are also different parts, like signaling snapshot, to know whether the DAO even wants to start this project if we hadn't some approval before, if it's something new or something great that the DAO should spend a lot of funds. So if it wasn't incorporated into the previous budgets, we also start signaling snapshot to know whether the DAO even wants to start. Yeah, the next stage is drafting and spec review. Here's one thing that we learned. If you can think before you code, that's really great. If you have time to put it on paper, it's even better. If you have some people who will thoroughly review what you created, what you want to implement after, it is the best thing. So in this stage, we write technical spec. It's more aimed to Prosecco, to technical contributors, to auditors, and also Lido improvement proposal. It's semi-technical document aimed to a broadest audience, voters, delegates, stakeholders, contributors. It helps people understand what is coming. The next phase, implementation itself. So here, code is ready, rigorous testing is ready, alerts of chain tools, several devnets could be run, and also a final rehearsal on public testnet takes place. One more tricky part. We used to think about time this way. We are done when smart contracts code is done. But the reality turned that no. The code is done when your smart contracts code is done, when your tests code is done, when your alerts are ready, when code of your off-chain tools is also done. So it takes a way, way more time than smart contracts development. The trickiest part, full review. It's like ping-pong game, but you're the ball. So imagine you have a lot of audits. Yes, so you invite independent auditors to review your code, but also you want Prosecco, Protocol Security Committee, our internal committee, to review your code, not only code, but code, deploy plan, voting scripts, and tests. But these are senior devs, as I said, working on other projects at the same protocol, and they need to find some time in their busy schedule to shift gears to your project, focus on it, and review it. That's why it's a separate stage. So you book their time, and then you wait, and usually again wait. So that's the final stage related to coding. At this stage, you get a green light on your code, deploy plan, scripts. And you post it on the forum for the public, your whole proposal summary. Right after you get green lights, you deploy the contracts on mainnet. And here's one thing we like. So it's deploy verification record. It's a paper we ask do our auditors. So the thing is you have your repo with your audited code, and you deployed some smart contracts on the mainnet, and somebody should compare that the code is the same. So we ask our auditors to do it and to publish on the forum. That lets our voters know that smart contracts we attach to the protocol in the vote are the same, have the same code as auditors reviewed. My favorite stage, of course, because we run the votes, voting. Imagine you did all the work, everybody reviewed it, you have green lights on everything you did, and now you have to convince strangers on the internet, token holders, to say yes. That's why you publish a lot of stuff. So you publish proofs for all numeric parameters, for all methods you call in your vote, for all. So you describe every item in your launching vote to let the voters believe in it. Taking off. So when the votes gain quorum, the vote is enacted. All docs communications are published, and here is supervision or hypercare period starts. So don't run to your tequila just yet. Just stay with your loveliest protocol for some time to make sure it runs smoothly. That's it. What changed with this checklist? We still ship, which is already a good result. We still ship, we still stress, but now we don't get lost. So every release has a plan. Every project knows where it is and where it is going. And the DAO knows what it is voting on. And also, it is now repeatable success, even for newcomers. That's the shift from chaos to clarity, from just vibes to, yeah, I've got this. That's the shift. So now you know that DAO-governed protocols are powerful, but fragile. There's a lot at stake, figuratively and literally. You can't ask token holders to dive into your repo. So we build trust, not just by writing great code. We do write great code, but also by building clear and trackable processes, ones that give every voter and every stakeholder a reason to say, yeah, these folks know what they are doing. That's the shift. Welcome to the game. Let's play it well. That's all from me. I'm Kate from the operations at Lido. If you want to talk about checklists, chaos, or why release managers don't sleep, grab me after the talk. Thank you.
We actually have a couple more minutes. So if somebody wants to ask a question.
Yeah, okay.
So we actually have a couple more minutes, so we have time for one question. Any questions in the room? Yeah, one question. Can you pass the mic, please?
Hello. I'm curious to understand a bit more how that's compensated, though. People who write great code are expensive. Increasing the size of their process makes it more expensive. How do you guys account for that? Is there a standard way to understand the extra hours that are taken into this process?
The answer is we don't separate the budgets. Yeah, so now we work like one team. That's why the time is counted together. Yeah. But the essence not in the time, but in being safe, because we can't balance, because when the protocol secures billions. That's why we need ensure that it is safe, and we need to our token holders make sure that it is safe. So we'd rather spend more time on processes and security than just on coding. Yeah, that is true. That is true that it costs much, but still it is necessity.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.